Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. We are back in Moose Miners. Oh man, let me get you caught up to what I've been doing. I've been letting it run for days and slowly increasing, the length of my rails here to kind of keep up. I haven't done many upgrades on the number of carts per rail. If I did, it was by accident. They're pretty long. Since the last episode, there's been at least one update to the game, and they brought in this zoom level here where we can zoom way out. This is awesome. This is awesome because we can actually interact and play the game at this zoomed out level, and it speeds up a bunch of stuff. So let me show you what we've got in place right now. You can kind of see I've got my original set of rails or grinders that we've had for a while, and these guys kind of keep marching forward. Where are we at now in terms of these gems? 9,180 gems per little nugget there. If we look at the overall statistics, let's take a look at those. Boom. Deepest mine gem, 8882. Deepest cut tree, 8880. So I'm keeping things pretty balanced between the trees and the gems. Kind of trying to do that. Company values at 3.16p. That's pretty high up there. We got a ton of cash, by the way, at the top of the screen. We're going to spend all of that. Miners 297, loggers 298. I did this just for my own OCD to fight it, but I think I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna change that right now. Let's add 3 miners here. We'll get them all leveled up in a second. I'm just gonna add 3 miners to this main area. So let's make sure upgraded mounts at 1, and then miners. Get 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm just going to drop these guys down here. Again, I'm going to upgrade these in a second, so don't worry about it. And then what do we have? See the stats again. Loggers 298. Let's put 2 more loggers down here at the bottom. Then that'll be a little more even. Here's been a while since I played. There we go. Boom. So now I got 2 moose. They can only... These are the starter moose. Look at them. Look how slow they are. And they got 1 little saw blade. My current moose, let's go to where they're doing the mining. We can get a little better look at them. Oh man, the volume's loud. We're up to what? 4 stacked blades. And I think there's 5 across. So there's really 20 blades there. And I don't know how many carts that is. I can't really hit pause, I don't think, right? You can actually see. Oh, I guess we could count these. Kind of. I would need to move over. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Looks like they're pulling roughly 14 carts behind them. But yeah, back to the stats. Yeah, miners 300, loggers 300, company value 316p. We got a bunch of stuff. If we look, a bunch of cash to spend. If we look at how we're distributed. Yeah, these are the original miners we had set up. And then this is a new group. These are 1,000 rows here. I want to get these 2 things equal. So I'm going to hold off upgrading these rails, but I'm going to push these rails right now and get these further down. We'll just do 10 at a time here. Might even push it 1 more. Let's see what that's going to show. If I select this, so 8.67 thousand rails for this group. Let's go up to the top here and do the same thing and try to get 8.67. May not balance out perfect. There's 8.67. Now those are equal or roughly equal. If we look at the upgrades, see what I've done. I'm trying to remember what I've done between episodes. I've put in some cash into these merged buffer chests. This is kind of cool. I believe this increases the storage and it increases how wide they are. Take a quick look at those. Yeah, so right now we're what? 7 or 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 lanes wide for this buffer chest. And as gems come in, they get distributed all the way across these lanes. We're going to keep upgrading that. It's not the hugest priority. But we'll keep upgrading that and make these things wider. And then eventually, instead of having rails going up on every single grinder, we may leverage these chests and just put up fewer rails just for the fun of it and see. It's probably a little more efficient, but I'm told from the developer, and this could change, but I was told from the developer, I don't know, a week or two ago, that you do get your full money back if you sell something. So if I were to sell this rail right here, we'd get 3.29G back just for that rail. And that's apparently how much money I put into it. So at least as the game stands currently, according to the developer, a week ago, and this could all change, don't think you pay much of a penalty for having all of these rails. And it does allow the moose to kind of migrate across here to rails where there are carts. If a bunch of carts are missing, kind of like here, these are all making their way down there. As we expand, right, these trips for the rails are getting longer and longer and longer. We're pretty far up. Let's look at the other upgrades. I don't think there's much else I've done here. You can kind of take a look and see what I've done so far. We'll get back to doing those, more of those. These guys, what have I done? I've done the carrying capacity upgrades quite a bit. We're level 15, but man, there's 52 levels of upgrades. And the saws I'm barely touching, right? We can upgrade those. Right now I'm fine. Somebody mentioned jet engines. Lately I've been babysitting this pretty close. The moose aren't actually traveling super far, so I'm not real worried about this. It's kind of a cheap upgrade. We could probably do it. This just unlocks, though, upgrades over here. We still have to put the money into speed. I'm not going to worry about that too much. Crafting. Haven't done much here. The crafters are keeping up just fine at their current level. Storage. Yeah, I'm fine on storage. We've got things we can unlock here, but I don't need to yet. Grinder slope, same thing. That's probably pretty cool to do. Don't need it yet, so I'm not bothering with it. And heavily focused on these price reductions. And again, if we can sell the stuff that we're building, maybe it doesn't make a big deal. But I figure I may as well get these upgrades in sooner than later so we can take advantage of these discounts as we play. And I've inched these all up to 25 out of 50. So what is that? 25% off on basically anything that we buy or upgrade. And then as I've been upgrading these, I've been kind of doing these bonuses as well, particularly the ones up top. So right now we're at 30 levels of grinder productivity upgrades, with each upgrade getting us a 2.5% bonus. So whatever that comes out to be, what is it? 75% bonus, something like that on a grinder productivity. So that's just extra gems, extra materials coming off the map by doing this. Same thing with the crafters. And then for logger and miner productivity, these guys are a little bit lower level. Kind of treat these two together as a single upgrade because I want to keep them in sync, the miners and the loggers. So this is to upgrade both of these would be 64T. You can see these are at 63T, and then all the price reductions are at 60T. So if we were to spend more money on this stuff, I'd probably focus on these lower cost things. 60T, work through all these, and then move down here and work through these again. And then for the luck ones, I've been holding off on doing these more. We'll do more as we play on. But what I want to do, I intentionally want to wait till I got to 25, level 25 on these discounts before we expand. Let's do it. That's kind of what I want to do. So if I go down to the bottom, I'm going to head off, I guess, to the right. And I'm thinking of doing 1,000 more grinders. We'll see how much that costs. Like I said, we're getting a 25% discount on this stuff. Let's do it. And I got tons of cash. Like I said, 938T. I like spending this as soon as it comes in, as soon as I can do it. But I saved up money for this episode, so we'd have some things to do. Got my upgrade amount set to 1,000. Let's do 1,000 grinders to the right. Think and make sure I don't mess something up here. Grinders to the right, 1,000. Boom. Here they are. And now let's add. I think I gotta select these. Gotta add crafters to this. I'm gonna add crafters on every one. I know some people said, "Oh, you don't need to," but I'm just gonna do it for simplicity. Crafters 1. Upgrade 1,000 crafters from 0 to 1. 1.5 million. That's nothing. Boom. Now they all got crafters. Let's level up the crafters. Looks like if I deselect everything, or I don't have nothing selected, I got crafters that are at wands per batch 1, which is the ones we just added, up to 32. Let's get everybody up to 32. And do 10 at a time. Been a while since I've done this. Boom, 11, 21, 31, 32. Now these guys are all at the same wands per batch. Let's do the same thing with the time. I'm not sure. I want to get everybody down to 0.004 seconds. Just to have it equal. That's probably equal. Maybe a little more, right? More. Yeah, okay. 53.46 kilo wands per minute. Those are all equal now. Crafting time's equal. Wands per batch are equal. All that's equal. We just need the storage points to get up. Let's do that. Now all the wands are good. And you can see some stuff is backing up, but this keeps leveling off. Eventually the wood backs up, and then later on the gems will be backed up, but it's been leveling off. You can see there's not a ton of carts like backed up, stuck. There's a few, maybe. Not much. I'm okay with how that's going. All right, so crafters are all leveled off. Let's do everybody else. The grinders are next. Maybe. So I got speed. Or this is everybody, right? Nothing's selected. 24 is the minimum. And the high is 29.72. That's weird. I guess not. Okay. Upgrade 2,000 grinders speed from 24 to 30. What was the max? 29.72. Let's upgrade anyway and see what happens. 30. Oh, 30. This is K. So let's keep going. Boom. Boom. We want to get to 29.72 K. Getting closer. 6, 27, 29.72. So these guys are all the same speed. Now just storage points. We got to get to 16. I think that's the max, yeah. Now all our grinders are leveled out. I think all the storage fences are still up. Yep. I like that. I'm looking at these fences right here, keeping us from selling just the raw wood, raw sticks, or the raw gems. What's next? Rail upgrades. Can't put rails into a get miners. Let's get some moose. And I want to set up a group for these guys. How can we do this? Before, or, yeah, control group. I just steal a moose or just buy them? So let's buy a couple moose. We'll set up a new control group for these guys. Thinking how I want to do it. Let's do one moose. We'll get this figured out in a second. One new moose here. I do new control group while I have this guy in my hand. Control group flag. Out. Drop this moose into that control group. We want a new control group that goes 1,000 grinders here. Bam. Boom. That's lined up. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the bottom. Grab one moose. Add a control group. Drop my little flag anywhere. Boom. Drop my moose. Where we're gonna upgrade all the moose, the ones I added at the beginning of the episode, we're gonna upgrade to. But I'm gonna add a bunch more. dragon. Okay, so now we got a couple new control groups with one moose each. If we look at the selection tool here at the top right, you can see control group 3 and 4 are the ones I already have. The ones that are trying to keep up to the original set of rails or grinders. I have 150 moose in each of these, 3 and in 4. Boom. The groups we just added are the ones that just have one moose each. Those are groups 1 and 2. Group 3 and 4, I think, have more than I want. So I'm going to take these down by 10 moose each and see what happens. And why do I think I have more than I want? Show you. Getting this situation here. Now, I don't know if it's because... see how this is all chewed back? This is in control group 3. If we look at 3 and I zoom in, you can see that's where control group 3 is. These guys are going way up here. I kind of don't want them doing that. I think it's because once we get close to the grinders over here that are a little further on, we're able to access these carts, these rails. So it's a shorter distance for them to just kind of go back and forth like these guys are doing. I don't... that one's not in a control. Can't see if that moose has a sign on this thing. It doesn't look like he does. Kind of surprised that guy's hanging out over here. Oh, man. Anyway, well, maybe we'll leave it. Maybe we'll leave it at 150. And we'll let these guys catch up to these guys. I'm intentionally leaving these rails back a little bit because I want to get rid of this whole control group and let these guys all just roam free once it's leveled out. So let's get these moose down here. Down and all the way to the right. Let's get these up to 150. And we'll add 10 at a time. There's 10 moose. You got to make sure you drop them in the highlighted area of the region. Otherwise, they will not be part of that region. Not a big deal right now because the region goes all the way to the grinders. But if I were to drag these guys over here, looks like that may have been a change too. It looks like the... Oh, the highlighted area. Yeah, oh, that's good. Oh, let me show you a better example up here. Yeah, if I can't show you. Sorry. You just had to take my word for it. You want to make sure that when you do drop new moose down, you want them in a control group. You drop them into the area that is highlighted as the control group. All right, there's 10. $20. Pretty. $100. Ooh, man. 100. And 20, 30, 40. Let's see. Double check what we got here. That's group 1. So we got 141. Get 9 more. Didn't evenly distribute them, but they'll balance out eventually. I want 9 more. I'm going to do one at a time. There's 9. We'll drop those guys down. And then while I've got it set to 1, let's populate the bottom here with 9 more. Let's get this going, and then that's 10 total. 20, 30, 40, 50. 80. 100. 110. 20. Let's make sure my count is right. 20 control group 2. Yep. 30 more. And 20. 30. Awesome. Yeah, if you look at the top of the screen, now we're up to 900 moose total. We got to upgrade all these moose. I'm going to make sure I don't have anybody selected. Nothing selected. Go to my moose upgrades and let's do it. Speed is 29 or 24.9 meters per second. Speed up. One. Now everybody's up to 24.9. Has to be, we want to get to 3K. Boom, that's equal or close to being equal. Saw speed 1.8 kRPM. With that fast. Apparently, saw speed 0.42. Upgrade all this stuff later on. Right now, these numbers are working, so I kind of want to focus on those pricing upgrades or investing in the pricing upgrades, productivity upgrades. And once we get all the pricing upgrades, I'll circle back and, upgrade these moose further, probably. Saw damage, we need 600. Four, 5. Looking over here at this display, just trying to even out these numbers. And then the side saws, I think that's going to be max, but we'll do them one at a time. Side saws, boom, 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 and boom. As high as we can go. So these guys are now, all of our moose are fully leveled and all have the same capacity. Couple things I have kind of come to understand about this game that may or may not be interesting to you. Right now, yeah, you can see we're fairly well, I don't know, we're fairly well balanced. There's some stuff backing up. We could improve the minecart that's delivering things for sale, but it's not, I'm not too concerned about this backup because like I said, it changes. And as long as we don't have a bunch of minecarts that we see backed up here on the rails, then I'm not too worried. Like here's a spot we got a bunch backed up. Waiting on more gems to come down. Still not super worried about that. But one of the things I noticed is as we move through these tiers, right? So if we look at the tier we're currently on here, the tier gems, these guys have 15 strength, right? 15 hearts. So our guys can fill up, mine these really fast. But later on, they move up a bit. These things have 75 strength. So it's going to take them longer to get gems. So what that means is we go through waves where a whole bunch of material gets sent down early. When we're in the bands that have low hit points where we can mine them easy. So this will flood, this area will flood. But then as we get to the ones that are harder to mine, that take a little bit longer time, then this backup kind of thins out. So it kind of pulsates between being overloaded and then kind of thinning out to where we don't have as much backup. It's kind of interesting how the game works like that. These guys will eventually level off, but they're just getting started, and these guys are going to be moving pretty darn fast. In fact, I'm kind of surprised these guys going this far. I guess that's probably one load, maybe. Not many gems in each stack here. So that may be one trip. One load from here at the bottom all the way up is one full set of minecarts. But eventually these guys will level off. like these guys have. Like these, all of the miners working in this area don't even have, they're not even in a control group, and you can see pretty level. As long as we keep the rails level, these stay level. And I'm trying to do that just for ease of management. You saw how I did the upgrade. It was so easy from here. Select all this and upgrade it and still keep them level. I could just hit max for the rail upgrade, max length or something. Set this to max up in the top left, hit rail length, and it would go all the way up as far as it possibly could. And that's one way to play, but I'm trying to keep it easy to manage, like easy for me to kind of keep on top of it. And it just adds a little bit of fun and strategy rather than just button mashing. Coming in here, selecting everything and hitting max and then hitting every button I can hit. It's not quite as much fun for me anyway. All right, so we upgraded our rails. We upgraded our grinders, I think. Let's double check that. Really forgetting something here as I talk. It's always a little more difficult to dot the I's and cross the T's when I'm talking. Let's go through these. So the moose, you guys are all level, like for everything. Go to the rail upgrades. I can't do rails yet. I'll have to do that as these guys kind of move up. I'll obviously put rails in place and expand it. Grinders, did I do everything on the grinders? I did. Leveled up. Minecart, that's not really anything that needs to be leveled out. It's kind of one thing, so I don't need to worry about that too much. We could increase the cart count now that we've got all these extra miners, right? We just added 300 miners, dumping stuff into the same size storage mine carts. We probably want to upgrade this thing. Let's do it. Let's spend some cash on that. Actually, I'm almost tempted to just max this out. Do these 10 at a time. Upgrade the card count. I think it's worth doing. And this may solve some of the other issues, the other backup issues. Although I don't know if I have completed. I have a bunch of completed ones backing up. Really? The completed ones were backing up. You'd see a backup of the gems and of the sticks. And I'm aware like there's other upgrades. I know I can upgrade the grinder storage things or whatever. We'll get to all that. And I'm trying to save money for particular expansion. Yeah, this was backed up a little bit, right? We got a backup on both sides. Tells me the minecarts might need to be upgraded. Too bad though. Like I said, once miners get to the harder tiered gems, that backup may just disappear down there. All right, so we did minecart. Let's keep doing minecart upgrades. We're at the max. In fact, I'm going to hit max, see if they give us any more. That's maxed out. Balance minecart. Because of the way I'm setting this up, trying to keep the rails equal on both sides, the gem miners and the stick miners. I haven't had to worry about the balance minecart too much. Let's take a look and see where it's at. Bottom right, there's a control to bring the camera to the balance minecart. Boom. Not really even relying on this too much. It's pretty small actually for how many grinders we have. This thing comes into play big time if you've got a lot of things that aren't equal. Different rail lengths, one side versus the other, stronger miners, but we've got everything pretty well balanced. This guy's not too big of a factor. I'm not going to worry about upgrading that yet. Balance my cart, and the last thing is our crafters, and we upgraded these guys. Let's see. Don't have anything selected. So crafters, yeah, these guys are all leveled off. What I want to do, gotta wait for these guys to chew back more gems, but this zoom level is awesome. Absolutely love it. Tempted to throw another 1,000 miners in, but I think I'm gonna try and wait. Let's spend some cash. I'm gonna go for these guys. All of these. Bonuses, like I said, these are 63, 63, and I consider these a single upgrade. So I add them up, 64. These are a little bit cheaper. Let's do all these. Gonna get us a discount. I think this will pay off. I don't know if this is a big deal or not, actually, to get these discounts. Another observation. Show you. Fully zoomed out, and I'm right kind of at the starting area. If I scroll to the right as fast as I can, so I'll put the mouse off on the right side of the screen, and I'm going to hit my D key, so that'll be super speed. We're going to go all the way to the right side and see how long it takes. Let's do that. Boom. Zoomed out, so it's not going to take quite as long as it otherwise would. Scroll through all this. Boom, right? We're at the end. If I go, and that's just half, right? That's half of the map we just scrolled through. If we go through to the start again where we were and went to the left, that would be, the other half of the map. But you get an idea of the time. Let's do half of the height of the map. I'm going to hit the home key again. We're zoomed out the same. I'm going to do the same thing, go up. So you can see right from here, it's kind of obvious, right? I can count off the seconds, but the map is way, 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 way deeper than it is wide. So, so if we get our money back on the rails, just wondering if these discounts are all worth it, the discounts that I'm doing. I could be spending that money just expanding off to the right. We're finally there. We're finally there at the top. 77,250. This one's back here. I don't know if this is going to get unlocked later on with a future map upgrade. It's always tempting. I remember this from last time. There's this area we can't really get to that had gem, bunch of stuff stacked. Have to wait and see future upgrades to the game. So yeah, I think I'm still going to go with the price upgrades. Try and get these done early. Let's do it. I hate dumping all this cash in here, but let's do it. Boom, 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 boom. Now these guys are 70 each, so I'm going to go down to my bonuses and spend money here. Boom, boom. These guys are 74. These guys are 70. I'm going to put money into here. Maybe rails first, since that's where I'm going to be spending a bunch of money for that new control group we just added. Did I do 2 of them here, actually? Really where I've spent all my money. We're going to be buying a lot of rails right now. Let's throw a bunch of cash into this. I think what I'll do between episodes, about at the end of this one, what I'll do, I'll either get these all up to 30, boom, or 35, and then we'll do another expansion. In the meantime, I'm just going to babysit this whole area with rails. In fact, we can do that now. Select all this. Maybe 10 at a time and just get this kind of leveled up. Rails. Boom, boom. Let's see. There we go. See in the endpoint. Oh, we got to put the carts on the end of these things too, or the chests. We'll do that right now. It's a little closer. That's kind of good. That is what, 150. That's nothing. Nothing. 150. So let's get these up to 150, and then we'll do a bunch of upgrades. Rail length. Oh, did I do too many? No. 100. Get them up to 150. I'll be doing a lot. I'll be chasing these guys fairly often as I play between episodes, because they're going to chew through these lower levels pretty darn fast. But let's do the rest of the upgrades here. I've got... Select all this. do the maximum minecarts. Speed, we're at 150 for these guys next door. So let's see if we can get the speed up. I did max. I didn't mean to do max. All right. So these minecarts are super duper going to be super fast. Upgraded them further than I wanted to. Oh well, that's fine. What's next? Base chests. Yeah, we want base chests. Hit max. I didn't want that. 3277, that's fine. And mine chest. This may have been maxed, I'm not sure. 277. Now we gotta do the same thing up here. Guess I'll do max again for the speed since we did it already. Minecart speed, bam, fine. Minecart count 150. $48. Oops. Care count. How come I'm not seeing this go up? It says minecart count 74. Max is going up, but the mins now. Oh, these guys are all maxed out. That's as many as fit on that thing. 75 there and 75 there. That's fine. And I think everything else is equal, right? What am I missing? Select these one more time. They got the chests. They got the base chests. They got the mine chests. On here, same thing. They're all good. Again, I'm just going to be going through here doing these rail upgrades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 there. This one, we got a little bit of a low area. Hopefully they'll chew that up quick. Got 100 here. Bam. Not bad. So yeah, we'll leave it there. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep investing in these upgrades. Try to get these down to at least 35. Maybe I'll even go up to 40. See how long it takes. I want to get these all knocked off. Then we can kind of expand at will, and at least we'll know we've got the maximum discounts for doing it. And maybe that'll help our top score. I think the earliest we can do this, the better. Just don't know if it's entirely worth it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on these price reductions. We don't have to do them at all, really, but I'm thinking this may help for a top score. And then bonuses, I'm just going to kind of bring these up along the way. You know, as we get the cash, we put them in here. And then let me know your thoughts on the luck. Is that worth putting money into early on? It gets us a 1% chance of a higher tier wand, or nugget of log or minor luck. The reason I've been holding off on those is if we look at the say we get a 1% chance at a better gem. It's like this one's worth 100. Well, that one's worth 168. One's worth 186. So it's only $8 more per gem. 1 out of 10. That add up? Does that add up to big cash? Or is it better to make buy these discounts sooner? Productivity bonuses. Hard to know. I'm going to emphasize, right now my plan is to emphasize upgrading these productivity bonuses, then have these lag behind quite a bit. So even though these are only 9.3T, a fraction of the cost to do these upgrades above, I'm going to hold off on these and do these a little bit slower. yeah, let me know your thoughts. Very cool game. Again, love the zoom out feature. It's making my life easier. I've got the game running pretty much all the time. All the time, overnight. Could obviously be faster if I just maximized, you know, a bunch of rails and just really went, or maximized the grinders and just threw a bunch of moose down randomly. Trying to do it balanced just for fun and to make it clean and easy to keep the upgrades going without it just being button mashing. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Next episode, this control group will probably be gone. This one right here, these guys. I'll just merge it in with this. Let those guys roam free. And then we'll keep marching along at least 1,000 new miners or 1,000 new grinders at a time. Maybe once we get all those price discounts, we can do like 5,000 grinders at a time with our upgrades. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on this strategy. Let me share your strategies in the comments. Anxious to hear how other people are playing the game. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. There's so many gems. There's so many gems to get to in logs. Oh man, is it possible to finish? Like if we keep putting money into these productivity upgrades, is it even possible to finish this game? We'll see. Yeah, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoy this series on moose miners. I want to thank Glidercat patrons and channel members for their support. If you'd like to join that small but very appreciated group of people who are helping support the Glidercat channel financially, I would be grateful for that support. There's links to do that in the description, or you can just hit the thanks button and make a one-time little tiny donation like a tip. But with that, I'll see y'all in the next one.